What's going on, y'all? I just got through looking at the Real Housewives. Wrong thing, but yeah, I was watching that Real Housewives of New Jersey, the reunion. Let me just touch on that for a second. Just about everybody on that show kind of annoys me in different ways, okay? Some more than others, but I don't have a problem with any of them. Even though we probably don't agree with a lot of things in real life, I really don't have a problem with any of them. It's just that some of them become a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? The one that I feel like is really too much is Margaret. I don't have an issue with her per se. Like, I don't dislike her. It's just the fact that, girl, shut up sometimes. You know, Margaret, she hits people, they hit her back. People hit her, she hit them back too. You know, so it is what it is. But my whole situation is beef between her and Teresa. I get Margaret think that she was trying to be a good friend, and I understand that because of the whole situation with Louis and the rumors and the things that are reports that have been coming out about him. And honestly, I feel in a way she was being a good friend, but I also feel in a way that she was doing too much. And when I say doing too much, if a person does not want to address something, if a person don't want to talk about something, it is not your obligation and it is not your duty to keep on bringing it up and keep on bringing it up and keep on bringing it up to make them talk about it. They don't have to address anything. Now, when it comes to Teresa, I like her to a certain extent, but it's the fact that after all these seasons, what is we in, season 12, 13, or whatever it is, Teresa cannot admit the fact that she's wrong sometimes. She cannot take accountability for things, and she does not like to be called out, because if you tell her to take accountability, if you call her out on some of the things that she's done that is messed up, she is going to make you an enemy, even if you're not coming from a bad place, even if you're just trying to be a friend. Teresa wants people to automatically agree with her. Teresa wants people to automatically be on her side, and it just does not happen, all right? With this Louis situation, it's her relationship. Let her figure it out, okay? But at the end of the day, I need her to stop blaming all of it on Margaret. Margaret may have brought it to the show, but Margaret did not put those rumors out there about Louis, okay? We've been hearing shit about, let me tell you something. When I found out that Teresa and Louis was together, it was literally like the fucking next day we heard shit about him coming out. And this was before they was even filming. I don't even know if they was filming at the time or whatever, but we've been hearing stuff about him. So it was not Margaret's doing that was putting the shit out there. She probably brought it on the show. I'm not sure about that. But other than that, no. Teresa needs to face the fact that something in the water ain't clean about your man. But if you want to live up in this love bubble like she says she is, let her do that. But I just want her to be careful, because I'm not that type of person that is just going to sit back and be like, you know what, I'm going to take his word for it. I'm going to take her word for it. No, if I'm seeing too many things coming from multiple people, multiple sources, I'm going to have a little side eye, okay? But I'm not going to keep on badgering you to make you look and make you do this. You're a grown-ass person, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And that's what Margaret needs to understand, you know? I just want Teresa to be careful. That's what it is. I've never really liked Louis, but because something about him just don't seem right, okay? But I'm going to let Teresa figure that out. That ain't my here nor there. That's not my business. Jennifer, girl... Jennifer a little bit too old-fashioned for me, but when she came with them receipts as to what happened between her and Melissa, I was like, well, shit, bitch. You got to do what you got to do. Melissa, the part that bothered me really about Melissa was the fact that, you know, when they was talking about her daughter and the fact that she probably could be going through depression or whatever, it kind of felt like she was minimizing that shit. And I just didn't like the way that came across. Oh, yeah, and Teresa and Joe... First of all, Joe Gorga, you're not gonna, you know, quit the show. Teresa, I don't give a damn if you got issues with your sister-in-law. That's neither here nor there. That's a given, bitch. I really don't care about that, because that's been going since y'all came on here. But it's your brother, your baby brother, the only living sibling and relative, immediate relative that you got. And you literally allow somebody that is not your close friend. I don't know how long Jennifer and Melissa or Teresa known each other, but one thing that you're not gonna do, given that I have siblings myself, we can have discord, okay? We can be fighting to the deaths, all right? I can call you all type of bitches and weakness and all this shit and pussies to your goddamn face. But what you not gonna do, somebody that's not my sibling, you're not gonna do that to my sibling, okay? And I'm not gonna get on TV and allow somebody else to talk shit about you like that. And then I'm gonna agree with them. No. You talk about loyalty so much, but you barely, some of them ain't even that all the way loyal to their goddamn family. And it's just, that always bothered me. Their relationship, I hate the fact that their relationship has been so topsy-turvy. But baby, I hate the fact that I love that they gave us some good TV. I will say that. When they threw Melissa and Joe on the show, was it needed? Not necessarily, but it gave us some good shit, okay? It gave us a rivalry that we did not know that we needed a little bit. We kind of over it at this point. But what they need to do is bring the Manzos back. Now, that was some drama for your ass, okay? That's what we need to do to spice up the season. Like, we got one particular family already on one side. Put another family on there that's going to go against each other like that. Oh, my God. That was some classic shit. The earlier seasons of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, good stuff. Jackie talking about her eating disorder, that was a real moment. I glad that she spoke up on that. But other than that, can somebody tell me why Frank Katana, Dolores' ex, ain't never got a house of his own? Okay, like, that man has been couch surfing for the past 3 goddamn seasons. He ain't never in his own place. And now you sleeping over there at Dolores' ex-boyfriend place? It's weird, but okay. But that's not necessarily what I came on here to talk about. I still gotta watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from yesterday. But I really came on here to talk about The Real Housewives, wrong show. The Real World Homecoming, New Orleans. Come on, be my baby tonight. I see the way you look at all those other thugs. So come on, be my baby tonight. Oh my God. David, aka Tokyo, he was a mess on that show. Now let me tell you something. It's been a long time since I done watched The Real World, I should say. I watched The Real World just about every freaking season, okay? Every season. I was a fan. Real World, Werewolves, all of that shit. The challenges and everything. I kind of fell off on the challenges, but for the past 2 or 3 seasons, I kind of got back on. But what I really wanted to address was this whole situation with Julie. I didn't like that bitch then, and I don't like her now. And you would think that someone who has come from the background that she's come from, the fact that we're living in the time that we're living in the past 3 years, where the issue of race and brutality and justice and equality has really been a focal point against and about marginalized people, you would think that she would have came into this house and, you know, you're 40-something years old, you would have think that she would have came into the house very much more open-minded, okay? And very much more on I'm here to learn, I'm here to apologize, I'm here to show that I changed and not literally do what she's doing now. First of all, Julie grew up in a Mormon, religion. She's no longer Mormon. She's now married. She has kids. And at this point, after looking at the last 2 episodes, I would be embarrassed. And I hate to say this about people, but if I was her kids, I would be embarrassed to have her as my mother, to see her getting on TV, cutting up the way that she's cutting up in this day and age, at her age. Julie, literally, it's understandable that you probably didn't know some things because of your upbringing back in the day. You were young when you was on the show at the beginning. But what is your excuse now? What is your excuse now? She's no longer Mormon. She's doing things that, she never really got a chance to do. And I do feel like the way religion restricts people and kind of like dumb down people, whatever, to certain things. And it makes people, when they finally break out of it, when they get that freedom, sometimes they go a little bit overboard. Julie kind of did that. Julie kind of did that when they was at the club in this episode. Yesterday, last week, and this week. But what wound up happening is When we found out that there was an issue between Danny and Julie, and then Julie and Melissa. Melissa is my favorite. Melissa and Tokyo are my favorites. And then what's the other white girl name? I don't know. But I forgot about her because she's literally just there. Mama said, listen, I'm finna sit here and I'm finna do my work. Y'all can be over there talking and doing all this shit. I still got deadlines to do, okay? This is the real world, right? Okay. I mean, we're going to be here for a week or two, but I still got work to do. I said, I know that's right. That probably would have been me too. But, when I found out that Julie was the cause for Melissa and Danny, who was the gay man, you know, he was a gay male, she was the cause for them not being able to get bookings or whatever because she sent in letters. Like, the bitch literally sent in letters and shit. Basically, I guess, saying that Melissa wanted too much and, you know, Danny was gay and all this shit or whatever the fuck. Like, it was racially motivated. It was homophobic as fuck. But yet you said that you was these people's friends, but you backstabbed them real quick. And it pissed me off. I was very much here for Melissa feeling the way that she felt about, and I want to be cool with her. You know, you can say you sorry and all that. I can forgive for myself, but that don't mean that we have to be homies, okay? We're no longer there because we were cool, but then you fucked my trust up, okay? What got me is the only person that truly was on her side in the house when she first came in was Tokyo. Okay, aka David, Tokyo, that's his name now. And he was in the room with her. That weird scene with her talking about, so let's get in the shower together. And I'm like, you got a husband. Why are you trying to put this black man up in this situation? Now, see, I didn't call that out. I looked at it weird, but I said, let me not. But when they went to that club and she got pissy fucking drunk and he was trying to get her out of there, and then other people was trying to get her out of there too. It was just really, really weird the way that she flipped that shit around on him. I'm sorry. Okay. She flipped that shit around on him, trying to make it seem like he was manhandling her on purpose. Now, mind you, the bitch was so pissy fucking drunk. Okay, she was acting the ass in the club. People in the club wanted her to go, you know, and they was trying to get her out, you know, and it came to a point where they was just like, it's time to go. I don't care if it wasn't, you know, she didn't want to go yet or whatever, because that's her argument. I didn't want to go. And then for Danny to come up and say, well, I understood where she was coming from because, you know, you can't force somebody to, you just automatically said that a person want to go, you know, everybody has to go because you want to go. No, Danny. No, Danny. Okay. Danny, you are a homosexual male. And you automatically, I don't know why I said that, but it just, you automatically went to the side of this white woman who is up here weaponizing her white womanness, weaponizing her white woman tears, being a full-blown Karen, because Tokyo helped this lady. Tokyo got her to the car. Tokyo tried to stop her from making more of a fool of herself. This bitch fell out the car because she was so fucking pissy drunk. Tokyo was up in that room cleaning up her fucking throw up. Throw up got into the basket and then it fell on the floor and he cleaned that shit up. And you gonna wake up talking about some, look at these bruises, look at these bruises. Bitch, you ran into a tree. Bitch, you fell onto the concrete out the car and you up here talking about some Tokyo was the one that manhandled you. Mind you, Tokyo wasn't the only one that pulled her up out the club. Jamie had touched her and pulled her out the club. The bodyguards did too, security and all that shit. But that you want to single out the one that was actually helping you, a black man. And then when Melissa was trying to explain what that was, she up here trying to make it seem like she was the one being attacked, Julie. And I'm just sitting here like, see, this is why when we try to trust certain people, like white people, and I'm not saying that all of y'all are like this, but it's certain sects and certain groups of fucking white people, certain groups of white women that you just can't fully put your trust in because they gonna flip that shit around. Like, this bitch really came on this show and was being a fucking Karen, okay, to the fullest extent, you know. And then when it came time to them to talk about race, they was talking about race, especially when they went on that swamp tour, and how Jamie was basically like, back in the day, why are you making such a big deal about the fact that, you know, dude said the N-word? And it's like, the fact that certain people just don't understand the true offense and how disgusting that is to black people to have another race or culture to say that to us. It's like, are you really growing up this way? Are you really being blind? And then at your old age, you really didn't know that? Like, it's just really ridiculous. But Julie, she went into white woman mode, weaponizing her tears, trying to play victim when she got called out. Melissa overheard her ass trying to basically make a show talking about something. It's boring up in here, so she finna do some stuff. I really don't think that this was a good look for Julie. Julie should have stayed at home. Julie should have declined the offer. Because it's not looking good for her. You know, Melissa tried to explain some things because they was talking about race, and when they was talking about race, once again, Julie tried to make it about her. Like, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It is so crazy how racists be okay being racist, but when you talk about race with them, they're uncomfortable. I'm not saying Julie is racist. I'm just saying that the bitch is crazy, okay? And I don't know if this is really her or is she doing this, putting this on for TV, because I just can't. I can't. And then for next week's episode, the guy that's not necessarily here for homosexuality or whatever and all this shit, he's so religious and he got the 6 kids, the one that looked like he probably played tops and bottoms with a man, okay? I'm just saying, he always gave me that feel, even on the original season. He comes like, bitch, you homophobic. That's just what it is. You're a little homophobic. Julie comes off a little racist or a little prejudiced or whatever, and y'all all living up in the house together, because he made sure to come up in that house and to say, guess what? I'm married with 6 kids. I was like, okay, what point are you trying to prove? What point are you trying to prove? That you like puss? Okay? There's a lot of gay men who had sex with women and had kids with them. That don't necessarily mean that they like puss too, okay? So, I mean, hey, if that's the lie or if that's your truth, that's your truth, you know? But Julie really fucking disgusted me. I cannot. When I tell you she was in Karen mode full, like if we never seen that up close and personal, bitch, we saw it. We saw it then. And I was just like, do you not realize that you are being filmed and people will be talking about this? And this can affect your life, you know? And then the shit that she probably gonna be doing with Jamie next week, like, why you allow yourself to come on TV acting like this? I'm just really, really confused, baby. I'm really, really confused. But I like the growth in Tokyo though. I really do. I always like Melissa. I like that we got to see her parents. And then when Melissa had put out that, you know, on the first season, the original season, they was basically painting her out as the angry black woman, because who's always talking about race, because nobody else was doing it, because David, at the time, that was his name, Tokyo, was in his own little world, and people was just being silent, you know? But that's how the world was back then. You couldn't talk about that shit, or you're the angry this and you're angry that. No, but now, bitch, we awake. And we're gonna fucking talk about it and throw that shit in your face. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. If y'all watch these shows. The Real World Homecoming is a series that comes on Paramount Plus, the app. So if you want to watch it, go ahead and look at it, get a free trial. It's really, really good though. They've done 2 seasons already. I think it was the LA one and damn, what was the one last season? Girl, I didn't forget, but it's like 3 seasons up already. Check it out, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.